to stream.
I hope you strapped your belt on.
Oh god,
tight,
too
young
many
adventurer,
add-ons.
Because there is work to do here in Northshire, and I don't mean
Too
farming.
many add-ons.
The Stormwind Guards are hard-pressed to keep the
Get rid of
peace here,
that.
with so many of us in distant lands and so many threats pressing close. And so we're enlisting the aid of anyone willing to defend their home and their alliance. If you're here to answer the call, then speak with my superior, Marshal McBride, because he's inside the abbey behind me, and I don't mean farming. The Stormwind Guards are hard-pressed to keep the peace here, with so many of us in distant lands and so many threats pressing close. And so we're enlisting the aid of anyone willing to defend their home and their alliance.
Fix my
If
bars.
you're here to answer the call, then speak with my superior, Marshal McBride. He's inside the
auto
abbey behind me.
loot. Oh my girl, sticky targeting. No, we don't want sticky. Action bars. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lock action bars. Show numbers or cooldowns? No, we don't need that. Put that up here. Ba ba ba, ba ba doo. Alright, we got a warlock quest. Hello, fellow warlocks.
Can I help you?
The stolen tome.
You there, adventurer, right? I hope you're sure about becoming a warlock, because if you can't hold your own, you're likely to get pulled under. I'm to teach you, but I need to make sure you're strong enough first. There was a novice studying at the Abbey who ran off to join the Defias Brotherhood. Why do I care? Well, he stole some important books. One of those happens to be a book I've wanted for myself, The Powers of the Void. Steal it for me. They have it hidden at their tent in the vineyards.
Okay. I can steal that for you. I can do that for you.
Good. Another volunteer? We're
Getting a lot of you these days.
I hope it's enough. The human lands are threatened from without, and so many of our forces have been marshaled abroad. This, in turn, leaves room for corrupt and lawless groups to thrive within our borders. It is a many-fronted battle we wage, adventurer. Gird yourself for a long campaign. Your first task is one of cleansing, adventurer. A clan of kobolds have infested the woods to the north. Go there and fight the kobold vermin you find. Reduce their numbers so that we may one day drive them from Northshire. Egan Peltskinner is looking for someone to hunt wolves for him. That's good news, because we're seeing a lot more wolves in Northshire Valley lately. If you're interested, then speak with Egan. He's around the side of the abbey to the left. That's
already
true. I'm looking for
speaking.
someone to hunt me some wolves. Are you that person? I hate those nasty timber wolves, but I sure like eating wolf steaks. Bring me tough wolf meat, and I will exchange it for something you'll find useful.
Tough wolf
Tough
meat.
wolf
We
meat
need
is gathered
vermin.
from hunting the timber wolves and young wolves wandering the
Need
Northshire
them
countryside.
vermins. Oh my god. Oh my god. Got him! No! No. I was the tagger. I was the tag man. This game is getting uninstalled immediately. I am angry. I am upset. Let me tag thy mobs tonight. I'm gonna hit this one. We're gonna rock and roll. Should I play at 4 in the morning? Well, we might be here a while. Oh my god. Anyone got a group? Vermin, vermin, vermin. Get him! Get him, yes! Yeah, yes, sir. It's like an epic drop tagging one mob. Got him, got him, got him, get him. Stab that little bitch, yeah. We got two. There's definitely... Yeah. Oh. Hey. What do we got? What do we do? We get those vermin, baby. We get those vermin. You know what? I'm gonna do something unthinkable here. Let's go to Gramfix. And I'm gonna do this. Boom. I can actually see the vermin in the grass. Good God, dude. This is pure insanity. Hoi! Taking candles. It's like taking candles from a baby. Bum 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 bum. The pure insanity of it all. Oh! Yes! Alright, we got 3 out of 10. Oh. Yes. How is the Alliance ever under any threat whatsoever when you got this going on? Alright. I think our pace has picked up a little bit since turning off the grass and being able to actually see the cobalt vermin. Probably would be also way easier if I turned nameplates on too. I had level 2. We doing it. Oh! Wonder if we may just get Ice Lance. That would be incredible. Probably not. Oh, nameplates is the way to go. You literally see them pop into the world. We're big time, and oh, we got cloth gloves. Hell yeah. I got keyboard lag. Wonderful. Love that I can't buy a wired keyboard that is also discreet without it being a complete piece of shit. It's either good keyboard wireless, bad keyboard wired. Now I know what you're thinking. Hey, there are plenty of great wired keyboards out there, right? Okay, attack the... I'm telling you, nay. Because I don't want the giant button stack on the right side. Because off screen here, I have a computer, a laptop right in front of me right here. And my keyboard and mouse are out here. So I don't want a big giant ass long keyboard on my left. I don't like that. Dumbo time. Wham. Oh, nice try, Rogue. Nice try, little bitch. Yeah, you kill it now. You kill it with your little daggers. You know, if this edition of the game ends up being pretty good, I hope it sticks around. Or I hope they iterate on it and like create a be cool to have like a little bit more infinitely. I know classic WoW is already good. I think classic WoW is good. It's an incredibly well designed game while also being a complete piece of shit. There's something, the things that classic WoW does well, even though there's a lot of things that just is pure poopy about classic WoW, the things that classic WoW does well are enough to justify it being basically being a forever game in some respects. And I think that Wrath should be around as a fucking forever game. But with that said, you know, I think there's some ways it could be even more of a forever game. Now, the ridiculousness of like the rogue tank, warlock tank, mage shield, all of that, like that's crazy, and that breaks a lot of the you know. I'm not going to say balance of the original game, just a lot of the nuance of the original game. But at the same time, we'll have to see how it pans out. Like, imagine classic WoW, all of the same sensibilities of like the world being a little bit dangerous, it being engrossing, and you know, you having to think about your pulls, and you're not just spam clicking 10 mobs with one button, they all die immediately. You know what I'm talking about. You know how classic WoW is. You know what it do. If it's that, but also increases like the accessibility and just a little bit just more fun to it, like there's certain things about retail that are fun when I'm a warlock and I'm just exploding massive god mode demon spells on people, right? I mean, I've earned that over 20 years of being a crazy warlock. And so the game has lost a little bit of that like ground level hero capacity, and I think rightfully so. I don't think I can be a ground level loser forever. If I come back to classic, there's this charm to being nobody, even at level 60. Like, you can be a hero, but you need 40 goddamn other heroes to do literally anything. You'll walk up to an NPC and they'll be like, dude, it's gonna take like 40 of you people to take me down. I'm that insane, you know? And it's true. So I mean, and that's true today too. Like, they make you bring 10 people to kill people as well. But my point being is, I think we'll have to see how it pans out. We'll have to see how some of these abilities work and feel, and if the game maintains some of that spirit of still that street level, adventurer level, on the ground, like quaintness of the characters, while still finding ways to introduce fun. Like, I think that's amazing. I'll have to see how I feel about metamorphosis, right? That's a pretty big fucking deal, lore-wise. Like, Canrathod becoming a demon, there's a whole storyline on why that is unique for him, the kind of demon he became. So, you know, we could do it ourselves, but we couldn't maintain it forever. It was just like this thing. So we'll see how it feels. Rogue tank, damn, dude, I'm interested. I'm down. I feel like there's into space in the game for like what class do you play if you feel like you're a Han Solo, right? Because he mans a ship and he uses a gun, but he's a rogue. He's a vagrant. He's the equivalent of a, what you call, a space smuggler, right? So he has to think on his toes, kind of duck and weave, play his hand and everything. And so, you know, rogues aren't really, they don't have a spec where they're using guns. Not saying this should be a classic Discovery thing, but in general, like, I want some gunman rogues. I feel like rogues are a little too. Rogues have 3 fantasies. They have the like swashbuckling pirate, the outlaw fantasy. They have the assassin fantasy, which is like the I've got poisons and ways to bleed you out and tear you down and everything. And then they have like the ninja fantasy of subtlety, shadow, lurking, popping out of the shadows and killing things. But you know what? I feel like assassins and ninjas are kind of like the same thing. I don't know that assassination rogue gives me a different fantasy than a subtlety rogue, right? I feel like they're kind of 2 sides of the same coin, whereas the the outlaw spec completely changes up the vibe of what a rogue is and can be. And I want that with like a, that's like outlaw is kind of like a pirate. You use your little handgun and you use your swords and you got your hook and everything. But I just want a straight up gunman. Where's my gunman? And like Hunter has that. I guess you could lone wolf Hunter, but Hunter's just got a completely different fantasy than what I'm looking for.
King's honor, friend.
Maybe
Well done,
lone wolf
citizen.
Hunter
Those
is where I need to be
kobolds are
looking.
thieves and cowards, but in large numbers they pose a
Echo
threat to
Ridge,
us.
tainted
And the
letter.
humans of Stormwind do not need another threat. For defeating them,
Give me
you
that
have my
tainted letter,
gratitude.
dude.
Adventurer, my scouts tell me that the kobold infestation is larger than we had thought. A group of kobold workers has camped near the Echo Ridge mine to the north. Go to the mine and remove them.
Go
We
to
know
the
there are
mine.
At least 10. Kill them.
Go
See if
to
there
the
are more.
mine.
Then report back to me. I was asked to bring this to your attention as soon as you return from the kobold camps, adventurer. It appears to be a letter sealed with the insignia of Drusilla, one of our local trainers. I wouldn't hesitate to read it before you go about any other business here in the Abbey.
Region for use in a summoning ritual. Ooh, wolf jawbone. That's
Have a
new.
good one.
That's new, baby. All right, a summoning ritual. Let's do it. Okay, here we go.
You need something?
Hey, Crowlin. I'm getting hungry. Did you get that tough wolf
You've
meat?
been busy. I can't wait to cook up that wolf meat. I have some things here you might want. Take your pick.
Have a
Give me
good
those
one.
fur-lined shoes. Oh, we got a quest. Deputy Willem.
Recently, a new group of thieves has been hanging around Northshire. They call themselves the
Defias.
Defias Brotherhood and have been seen across the river to the east. I don't know what they're up to, but I'm sure it's
neither.
not good. Bring me the bandana.
Probably
and I'll
nothing.
reward you with a weapon.
Learn Emolate. Emolate.
See you around. Hello.
Around.
Safe travels.
As you grow in power, you will be tempted. You must always remember to control yourself. I will not lie. Corruption can come to any practitioner of the arcane, especially one who deals with creatures from the twisting nether. Be patient and be prudent, but do not let that repress your ambition. As you grow more powerful, return to me and I will teach you more about our ways.
Drusilla LaSalle. All right, so this will not be in the auto talkie because this is a new quest. I've been experimenting with a new type of magic, a rune which can channel fell energies to fuel powerful spells. I would share this power with you, but my notes were stolen last night. I suspect the bandits calling themselves Defias are to blame. Go to the east and see if you can find my rune stashed among their possessions. Learn its magic and report back to me. I would like to see my experiment put to use.
Farewell.
Discover the ruin. I can do that. Who's that?
Can I help you?
Demon trainer. Are they still gonna
What
have
can
us
I do
train
for you?
goddamn demons? Yes, they are. They did not remove this. Damn it.
See you later.
Shit. Demon training sucks balls. Big old balls. But did we gotta immolate. Immolation. No breathing. Don't give up. Do 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 down, 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 down. Oh, and it's not gonna be on Questy either. Interesting. Didn't think of that. Didn't think of that one. That's cool though. That'd be cool. I like it. I like it not being on Questy. Vermin, 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 vermin. Worker, worker. Give me a worker. Vermin, 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 vermin. Mushroom, mushroom. Mushroom. Worker, 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 worker. Burn a bitch. Mm-hmm. I'm calling in, boys. Hoi! Get him! Yeah, yeah. I'm the tag master. Not really. Let's get some. Let's get some watch mode. Something to watch.
What can I do for you? I don't like hearing of all these kobolds in our mine.
Oh, I cared
No
about
good
all
can come
these
of this.
fucking
Here, take this
kobolds.
as payment, and when you're ready,
I'm gonna stand
speak to
right
me
here
again.
and
I'd
scowl.
like you to go back to the mines one more time.
Go get your
Your
ass back in
previous
those mines, boy.
investigations are proof that the Echo
Boy, I
Ridge
tell
mine
you,
needs
get your
purging.
ass.
Return to the mine and help clear it of kobolds. Waste no time, adventurer. The longer the kobolds are left unmolested in the mine, the deeper
hey,
a foothold they gain in Northshire.
Hey, McBride, I'm not about to go molest any kobolds, bro. Okay. Okay. Hit that laborer, get him with a knife. Princess group. I promise I'm not molesting any kobolds, guys. Even though Marshall McBride wants me to. Ooh. We level 4 now. Is there anything in the back of this cave? Anything? There's a chest. I almost want to turn off chat just so I don't get any hints of where things are. I just have to figure it out like a moron. I want to be a moron again. I want to be stupid. I want to be Warcraft stupid again. Bam. Bum, 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 bum. Don't reset. Don't reset. Flimsy chain cloak. Got that additional 5 armor. Let's. I mean, I'm ready to get out of here now. Onyxia, what?
What are you looking for? For the Alliance. Light be with you.
Once again, you have earned my respect and the gratitude of the Stormwind Army. There may yet be kobolds in the mine, but I will marshal others against them. We have further tasks for you.
Port to
Adventurer, you are an adventurer with proven interest in the security of Northshire. You are now tasked with the protection of the surrounding Elwyn Forest. If you accept this duty, then I have prepared papers that must be delivered to Marshal Dugan in Goldshire. Goldshire lies along the southern road, past the border gates.
Have a good one.
All right. We got wife tap. We got. Oh wait, did we get life tap? Maybe not. Curse of Week. Ruins. Okay, ruins are a new tab. Great. Cool. Wonderful. Sexy. Incredible. Inspiring. All right. I think we're weeding out. Oh.
Need help? Be careful.
Excellent. I was never able to gain access to this text. It was held in a protected wing of the library that would have looked suspicious for me to be loitering around. Well, you did a good job in getting this, and I'm convinced that you can probably handle your own imp, so there's no reason for me not to show you how to summon one.
Are my macros empty? There we go. There we go. Ooh, sexy camera changes. Yes, miss. All right, what is the stolen power? Recover the room from the Defiance camps, the east. Go to the east and see if you can find my rune stashed among their possessions. Learn its magic and report back to me. I'd like to see my experiment, please. All right, let's see if we can find the ruin. Stashed among their possessions in the camp. Oh, I gotta... Do I have a pet macro? Pet, I do. Hmm. I gotta look what I have it on Bonk Rod. Alright, so we're not seeing it there. Let's look at the camp for Headman. Oh, God. Oh, no. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth. Is it by the toilets? Oh, I see warlocks gathered. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. There it is, baby. There it is. I don't know, man. Sometimes, you know, when you have a little bit of Taco Bell, um, there's some weird smells might happen while you're playing games. Yeah, unfortunately. I was looking at all the other popular WoW streamers and looking at the word salad that composed their episode description. And I was like, how can I emulate? I don't have any drops to give away. I don't have any, or I guess you earn the drops. I don't have any drops. I don't have any sweepstakes to enter or giveaways or whatever. So how can I really spruce up my episode description? If we have time tonight, I'll do the chicken nugget review. We'll see if we have time after. I spent like a half hour clicking this rune that never happened. And you know, we're gonna try and get to level 25 here tonight. And yeah, if we get to level 25 and we still have some time left over, we'll do the
Back
chicken
with some
nugget review.
bandanas, I see. The Stormwind Army appreciates your help. You've shown yourself a dependable adventurer. Dependable, and not afraid to get your hands dirty, eh? I have a friend,
Let's
Millie
see,
Osworth, who's
gloves.
in some trouble. She's over with her wagon on the other side of the abbey near the
Millie's
stable.
wagon. Ooh,
I'm
dagger.
sure she could use a pair of
That's
hands
good.
like yours. Garrick Padfoot, a cutthroat who's plagued our farmers and merchants for
This
weeks,
is the new
was seen
mode.
at a shack near the vineyards, which lies east of the abbey and across the bridge. Bring me the villain's head and earn his bounty. But be wary, adventurer. Garrick has gathered a gang of thugs around him.
The
He will not
lag
be an
is
easy man to reach.
absolutely crippling. You can't do any
For
of
the
the new
alliance.
quests because there's a line of like 30 people, and they're all arguing on whether or not the item is bugged or not. So, yeah, it is. I might end up just skipping, like Garrick Padfoot. Might as well just skip him, right? There's nothing substantially amazing to be
Deputy
gained
Willem told
from
you
him.
to speak with me? He's a brave man
I'll come back.
and always willing to help, but his duties keep him stuck at Northshire Abbey, and I'm afraid the problem I have today is
I'll come back at
beyond him.
4 a.m.
Perhaps
and
you
there'll
can
probably
help
still
me?
be like 12
A
people
gang
here.
of brigands, the Defias, moved into the
Yeah,
Northshire
it was to be
vineyards while I was
expected.
harvesting. I reported it to the Northshire guards, and they assured me they'd take care of things. But I'm afraid for my crop of grapes. If the Defias don't steal them, then I fear our guards will trample them when they chase away the thugs. Please, you must help me.
Yeah.
I gathered most of my grapes into buckets, but I left them in the vineyards to the southeast. Bring me those crates.
Bring
Save
me
my
those
harvest.
grapes. Yeah, it is pretty bad. But I like it because I've been in Classic era. I've been leveling a couple races that I never really did back in the day. I was playing Tauren, right? And I never did those quests. Yeah, Shire. I noticed that too. And it's like you can keep running around, you can keep doing what you got to do, but they'll play the dialogue for you well after you close the quest window. They'll still play that dialogue. So it's like I was actually learning some of the storyline while doing it. That said, I don't know if I can continue with Tauren because in Classic era, they're so goddamn ugly. It's unbelievable. It's Dwarf too. I really wanted to play a Dwarf. I love my Dwarf in retail, but I don't know if I can bring myself. They're so ugly in Classic. And usually graphics aren't a thing to me. Like, this game doesn't have wonderful graphics, but it has an art style. It has a perspective to it, right? But even with that said, there are some things that are just so egregiously bad that I have to do a hard pass. Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, there's no real downside. I think there is a little bit of a disparity of like some things just never got updated in any capacity, so that's why it might be like jarring having half the game look good and the other half of the game. But we're getting there to the point where there is like some sort of updated model for basically everything at this point. I don't know that we're entirely there yet, but I think they'll do it. I think they'll eventually do like they'll do another season, or they'll do another update. Like I was brainstorming what could the next seasons be. They'll probably do this one, but like I was thinking like they would do a season where it's essentially HD, and like maybe they just do like new stories, or like a new overarching quest line for each race. I was thinking the reason now Blizzard isn't thinking this, but I had this idea because oh yeah, I can listen to this music. The Night Elf starting zone, this music. I literally could listen to this for the rest of my life without ever getting tired of it. It's like ingrained into me. But I think like a cool season idea is in Final Fantasy 11, what they did in their like capstone final patch, they did a single quest line that like transcends the entire storyline of the game and like puts it all into context. And I wouldn't expect WoW to do it the same way, but like what the 11 storyline does is there's a girl that travels from the future, and she's like, "Hey, you're the hero that kicks everyone's ass, and if you're a max level character who has already beaten everything, and you start this quest line, that's true. You are the hero that's kicked everyone's ass. If you're a brand new character," she's like, "Oh shit, I time traveled too far back. You're not the hero yet." And so you progressively like do her quest line while you level up, and you make all the things that she says about you come true progressively. And I was thinking, WoW has so many like rough spots where it just runs out of quests to do, that it'd be cool for them to like just tell, for each race, tell one new storyline. Like make 30 new quests per race. That's not a terribly large amount of work, but have it be something that like you get a new quest line every, you get a new branch of the quest line every 5 levels up to 60. And it's pretty cool. It's involved. It's got story, and it's all stuff that adds into the original world, but like is evergreen. It doesn't change the narrative of the game. So that's my next idea for what could be a cool season, is new quests in classic WoW. Oh yeah. That's huge. What you're describing there. I actually had my wife and one of her friends play the new starter experience with me. And, you know, WoW does so much to try and make the game make sense. And one of her friends was even, she plays Final Fantasy 14. So it's like, you'd think there'd be overlap of like, oh, I know how these kinds of games work. And still, like, Retail WoW's new starting zone was like confusing and dumb to her. I was like, yeah, well, it's kind of the way it goes. And so I was thinking like, this game is still so obtuse to people for whatever reason. I don't know if there's anything they can do to change that. Like, I would imagine Blizzard has hired people to like come in and say, like, hey, please give us your feedback. Tell us what we need to change. Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, I would love almost like because you can kind of do everything by yourself. I wouldn't feel bad about like quarantining people into a actual straight up like story mode. Like, hide all the quests. One thing is like you get to Veldraken in Retail, and there's all of these quest lines of like, the Blue Dragonflight needs this, and it's like, when is this happening in the timeline of things? This is a patch 10.1 quest, but you're giving it to me the second I get here. What the hell? Like, you know. So the only real way to make sense of it is if you play everything live. And maybe that's what
there.
Blizzard is trying to force people to do, but it sucks for everybody who comes in late.
Oh, thank you, adventurer. You saved my harvest. And I hope you showed a few of those defias that they can't cause trouble around here. We might be short on guards these days, but we're lucky to have heroes like you to protect us. Now that my crop is saved, take this great manifest to Brother Niels. He manages the store of food and drink in Northshire, and I'm sure he'll be delighted to hear that he has fresh grapes. You'll find Brother Niels in the Abbey, in the bell tower, where he likes to taste his wine.
So for like 10 years, I worked as a usability UI designer at a company, and I have all these like weird ideas of what WoW could do better at times. I think what they should do is just have a quest, like you get to a new zone and you have the main storyline quest that the game is constantly pushing you through, like in the normal way, but get all the side quests, all the random shit, all of that, take that off of the map, and you put like a quest board on the like in towns, and you can just check that from wherever you are, and it gives a list of every quest you have done and completed with little check marks, and also gives you the quests you haven't done. And instead of like having to go seek out an NPC or find them in the world or figure out, oh, why isn't this chain not working or whatever, you just click the UI thing where it says, I want to do the next quest, and it like takes you to it. And you can remove all of those dumb like breadcrumb quests of like meeting somebody and they're like, oh, I need you to go out
Let's see
here. You know?
Oh my, Millie's grapes have been saved. When she told me that brigands overran her vineyards,
Or they can
I
be,
nearly despaired.
I'm gonna
But my
close this guy. How do I cancel? Where's the cancel button? There we go. So like, and you could leave the breadcrumb quests in there, but also give an alternative way to see all of them. Just give me an UI where I can see every quest in the game, what I'm missing. Let me click on it, because there's times I'm flying around and I just see a exclamation mark on my mini map, but not on my big map. I'm like, what the fuck? What? Why haven't I done this? And I think that's really. There's another thing there. I was doing the I was in Chromie time, and I think there's a quest called Call of Duty, and it's the quest Call of Duty is the Cataclysm, the old school Cataclysm level 80 intro quest. But no matter what version of Chromie time you're in, that's always displayed to you as a valid quest you can start. And there's no indication. I think every quest should have under it, like in tiny little print, you know, like you have the quest thing, and then under it, it should say what expansion the quest is from, because it's like getting that. Okay, Call of Duty, interesting. They want me to go talk to this person and that person. It's like you have no idea as a new player that this is taking you down a branch that you absolutely do not want to be going down. There's no thought behind it whatsoever, and that's, I have to give Final Fantasy 14 credit, where they always indicate what, like where the quest line is taking you or what part of content it is. So yeah, I know. I don't know. I think that's what it's called. There's a
Hello.
it was like
Have a good
the
one.
start your journey into Cataclysm Lands quest line, but it's just in Chromie time. It's there in Stormwind no matter
You
what
need something?
revision you're
Safe
in.
travels.
But anyway,
Every adventurer should rest when exhaustion sets in, and there is no finer place to get rest and relaxation than at the Lion's Pride Inn. My best friend, Innkeeper Farley, runs the Lion's Pride. If you tell him I sent you, he may give you the special discounted rates on food and
oh,
drink. To find the Lion's Pride
I was
Inn,
like, wait, is my
travel south
mic
along the
bad?
road from here.
Because
You
I
can't
actually
miss it.
did just get a new mic. I was like, oh, is my sound fucked up? But I get what you're saying now. You're saying, yeah. I love the ones like, and I mean absolutely no disrespect or like complaint about cultural differences whatsoever, but I love the ones where there's always just like some sort of like it's usually a Hispanic family. There's always some sort of like party going on in the background and like 12 voices, and they're all speaking Spanish. And the kid who's playing the game is not talking. The kid is not. It's not like I'm hearing them when he speaks up, or like the kid is like, "Oh, go here, do this," and I'm hearing voice in the background. It's just a constant open mic of people speaking Spanish 20 feet away with music playing. And I'm like, why is it every time? Why do they always have the open mic? I don't get it. It's like it's a cultural thing. They have to have it that way.
Need help? Light bless you.
Well, it says here that you've been awarded acting deputy status with the Stormwind Marshals. Congratulations.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna cancel those.
The
I'm actually
kobolds in
talking
these
now.
parts sometimes carry gold dust on them.
Well met.
So I have this wolf. It's off screen.
For the
I
Alliance.
play with super widescreen. I have a new item called a wolf jawbone used for summoning something, but I have no idea how to use it. And me, it being Season of Discovery, I'm never going to ask somebody. I'm just going to be an idiot. I was saying earlier in the stream, I miss
Hello,
being
good
a
sir.
WoW
Do you have
idiot.
a moment? My brother and I run an apothecary.
So
in
someday I'll
Stormwind,
figure
and
it
I'm
out.
here to gather large candles for their wax. Can you help me? You can get large candles from kobolds, and I hear rumors that kobolds are infesting the Elwyn mines, the Fargo Deep mine to the south, and rest and relax.
All right, get out of there. Do you have any good stories of being a WoW idiot? I'll share mine first. For me, I think I went 2 expansions with always physically clicking everything on my bars. I never once used the key. I moved with the actual arrow keys on the bottom right of the keyboard. That's how I moved. So I didn't strafe ever either. You didn't have the strafe key next to it with Q and E. Moved with the arrow keys, physically clicked every spell on my bars. I mean, that is a good foundation to come from D&D. I also remember getting a staff from Dead Mines, and the staff, like, white damage crit for like 85 damage, and I was playing Warlock then too. So the staff white damage crit for like 85, and I was like, oh my god, this weapon is amazing. Because meleeing things with a weapon. Oh, nice. Yeah, we wanted your warrior. Oh, this guy has such a better imp name. Piptall. I wish I had his imp name. I got Yazbis, which, interestingly enough, I have had on other warlocks. I have had a Yazbis before. Yeah. D&D is cool like that, where you can play the way you want to. And I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, with WoW is much dumber than that. For better or worse. Yeah, baby. I remember that. The succubus back in the day. That was epic. I didn't end up looting the ruin, but there was like a giant line of warlocks trying to get the ruin back in Northshire, and I just walked to the front of the line and tried to loot it myself. And people were like, "You gotta get in line. What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Listen, I'm a goddamn warlock. I'm evil. I'm not getting in line. Capiche?" If I was on my paladin, absolutely, yes. I will get in line. But as a warlock, I do not respect your authority or your systems. That old succubus model was pretty funky though. The one that the game launched with. She had some, she was like a Tomb Raider 1 Lara Croft level of detail. Thankfully she got updated. And that was like a that was like a moment of at school reading the patch notes and then racing home and just like immediately immediately summoning her and being like, oh, guys, look at the new succubus. I mean, we're talking Blumbly invites me to join. Meet me at BFD. No thanks, bro. I gotta turn off the guild invites. I will have a guild eventually. Let's see. Social. Block guild invites. Oh, it's just young lovers. Okay. We know that quest.
Need something?
You need something? Good day to you. Hello.
Hey. Oh, she's disappearing. That's why I was like, why can't I get this quest? Yeah, there was a little bit of a there's a moment there with the original succubus because I was playing as a woman. I was switching it up in Final Fantasy XI. I played a male monk.
Oh, I'm cursed. My
Oh,
heart
God,
belongs to
Mabel.
Tommy Joe Stonefield, but our families are bitter enemies. So I can't see him, even though my eyes ache to gaze upon that handsome face. Please take this letter and give it to Tommy Joe. He's usually at the...
Okay, we get it, Mabel. So I was playing a male monk in Final Fantasy XI, and so when we were looking up, like, me and two friends, we knew from school, we knew we were playing WoW. Yeah, they all sound horrible. It serves the function for me of just having someone read me the quest dialogue and then keeping moving. But yeah, it sounds pretty bad. I want somebody to make the same thing, but make it with Morgan Freeman's voice. Just have him narrate, like add additional words, like Mabel McClure says, and then go into the dialogue. But so me and my friends, before the game even came out, we were planning what we wanted to play.
I lost my necklace and think that gut.
God damn, they're loud. And I was like, I want to be the exact opposite of my Final Fantasy XI character. What can I do? So instead of being a man monk, I played a girl warlock. And that has been my main character ever since. And it turns out that basically warlock is kind of my favorite class in Warcraft. I lucked out.
Hello.
I can't stand us being apart. I have to see her. Please it.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Or the what is it? Bastion. The narrator from Bastion too. Princess must die. Now this is Grandma Stonefield, right? I always thought about this. All right, yeah, that's a grandma's face. Look at Grandma Stonefield's body, though. That's one hell of a grandma.
While our families are feuding, Tommy Joe and Maybelle don't
I'm
have much of a
objectifying
future, but I bet
her,
William...
her voice, too. She's very young sounding. I'm objectifying Granny. All right, we still got candles to collect, gold dust. Did I get the... Yeah, I got the quest. I finished the quest to see the interior. You know, sometimes ladies, they have kids at a young age. Oh God. I'm not gonna repeat that. I will leave that in the chat window. In the words of Hideo Kojima, to be ashamed of your words and deeds. So I haven't necessarily gotten anything new yet because the new quest lines are... How do I move Questy? I thought it was control click. Tell me. Okay. Toggle options. Toggle. Drag while unlocked. Left click and hold. Control. Left click hold. That's what I'm doing. Control. Drag while locked. It is not moving. What about here? No. Questy, hello. I would like to move you, Questy. Questy options. Wait, what happened? Questy. My journey. What the hell? Advanced search, profession trainer. Okay. I love Questy, but sometimes it... What did I level up from? What the hell did I just level up from? Been doing nothing. Okay. Well, Questy's dead. We'll have to fix it later. You know, part of me, yeah, I'm in combat. That'd be scary, but this ain't hardcore, so we're all right. Oh, oh my God. It's so laggy. That's why. My journey, quest by zone, advanced search. Oh, this is what I want. This is what I was just talking about. I had no idea this existed in the Questy interface. Place where I can go to just see what are all the quests. Missing pre-quest. Okay. Back to Billy. All right, whatever. We don't need that. I mean, I'm familiar enough with that, but put it in real WoW. Can't. Oh, that's it. I see what you're saying. You're right. You can't open Questy while in camp. Okay. All I wanted. Now it's letting me move it, but now the tracker's dead. So it won't let me move it while I'm in combat. Gotcha. That's the issue. Now I got to figure out why the hell. There we go. Do I just reload? Why did all the quests move away? Reload. And sizer mode auto. Hold shift. Resize while locked. Reset. Control light. Right click. No. What is going on? All right. I'll figure that out off stream. We don't really need it anyway. The main princess must die. 88. I guess it's quest number 88 in the game. Riveting, compelling content.
The Brackwells have a prize-winning pig, Princess.
Prince. Back to the kobolds. I keep getting thrown off by the fact that the clock says it's 8:20. So we're gonna do use local time. Thank you. Yeah, I think we're hitting the point where we're just gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait till like 4 a.m. to play this game. Goth IHOP. Alright. Cause like in the starting zone, mobs were just like mass spawning. But the spawn rate, believe it or not, is actually feeling quite less out here. I was able to tag Femboy Hooters. Love it. Dude, first time I ever went to a Hooters, my mom took me. I don't know if she was like just making sure, like, all right, gotta make sure. And I mean, no judgment whatsoever myself. I'm just getting in the head of my 1990s mother. Just trying to find out, you know, she worried like, all right, we got to make sure this kid ain't gay. He cries a lot. He's into art and he's very sensitive. I got to make sure he ain't gay. We better go look at some boobs. So I went to Hooters with my mom from no prompting whatsoever of myself. So take I don't know what that means for my psychological development or what, but no, I think more so like I think the not scare me straight, but like the idea like boobs are cool, so I better get them in front of some boobs. I don't know. I don't know what the logic was. Or maybe she was just like, maybe my mom, because my mom is like an angel, right? She's super sweet and whatever. Maybe she was completely just oblivious to all of it. Like you see the owl, it's called Hooters. All right, so they're an owl themed restaurant, and and oh yeah, they turn the heat up higher here, so you know, obviously they're not wearing as much clothing as everybody else, so they get a little warm. So not a big deal. Their wings are good. It's wonderful. It's nice here. I like it. Maybe that was was going through my mom's head at that point.
Hey there. See you later.
But yeah. Chunk of boar meat. Let's get it. This boar is resistant to fire. This boar is resistant to shadow corruption magic. I say we take this boar to Onyxia. He's got strong resistances to magic. I always thought it would be more interesting to, rather than enemies resisting spells, just like melee people have glancing blows. What about you as at least in the early days of WoW where you're a loser, your character is learning on the fly. What if you're just not good at magic? And that's why. The enemy isn't resisting, you just suck at casting. You fizzled out or your fire went poof. A hunter needs to train this boar. Remember when everyone was so excited for pet battles? And I literally, like, everybody was super cool. We're adding pet battles to Mr. Pandaria. And since Mr. Pandaria launched, I literally haven't heard a single soul. Like, I see it in game, and I get quests and weeklies and dumb shit about it, but as far as people and my guildies and my friends and all of that, literally never once heard anyone speak a single word about pet battles in this game. You're a pet battle lover. Give me the iceberg on what do you get from the pet battles? I'm actually dying a little bit. I should go learn first aid. Oh. See, that's the thing right there. We were talking earlier about the updated give us the new graphics, right? I love on a warrior when you charge in retail and you do the shoulder check with your shield in your hand. That's epic. I want to shoulder check people in Classic. I think the way they should do it, maybe people would want all of the customizations of modern WoW, but I think the way they should do it is use the Warlords of Draenor customization, which they didn't update the animations or like the combat animations in Draenor. They didn't like remove hair features and split them up and do different things. They did the best they could do to just do and they failed in some cases, but they tried to do like a 1-to-1 translation of what was in the game. So you still had the old animations and everything, but just updated models. And you could even just swap between the two. And then they got rid of them in Legion. And that was kind of sad for me. They didn't preserve the ability to have old models, but, you know, whatever. Probably too much work trying to achieve parity and everything. Oh, nice. I feel like, so here's my big brain idea is, like, we have all these things we can collect in the game, and they're at the point where, like, I go to, I get my renowned unlocked in, like, Dragonflight, and they're like, congratulations, you can now go buy farming tools. You can get a shovel for your character, and I'm just like, oh, yay. But I've always wanted to recruit the followers from Legion. Like, how it wouldn't be that big of a deal to have a dude running around with me, would it? Just one dude, one guy of my choosing. And you know, as a rogue, you could have Vanessa Van Cleef running around with you. That was amazing. I wasn't too keen on any of the Warlock followers, but other classes had some pretty cool people at their disposal. And I was thinking, it's like, why aren't we collecting followers? Why can't I, you know, we've got mounts, we've got transmog. Why can't I meet a cool new dude in Dragonflight, and after I get to Exalted with his faction, he'll be like, yeah, I'll fight with you. Yeah, call me anytime you like. And I don't have like 5 people running around with me or whatever. Just give me the one. And of my choosing, assign a follower. Just when you're out in the main world, when you're playing by yourself and they say their funny little quips and you see them and it's all good, and you could collect them. That'd be so much fun. And they kind of brought it back in BFA with like those fish people, and it was only for one patch in one zone. I was like, guys, what are you doing? This is another thing you can get to keep people hooked. Like, create old ass followers from like Wrath that you go back and there's a special little quest line in ICC to unlock them or whatever. Oh yeah, Xalatath. She's coming back, baby. Priest artifact. Yeah, Legion was the last time that I literally played all of my alts because there was a reason to. I loved doing... I know some people complained of like, oh, I have to play 12 characters just to see the story. No, you don't. The main story you can see on any character. But all of those nice little like side nuggets of lore were amazing. That's just good video game design. I think I might actually die. I've been going hard. I've been going retail aggro out here on these boars. And I'm suffering for it. I've flown too close to the sun. Alright, we got the boar meat. I think one thing I loved about Legion, I had all this like lore in my head, right? Of before any of the in my head, like I'm thinking around like mop time, Rathians talking to me about the Legion coming back and the their home world and all this stuff, and I had this idea in my head. It's like, okay, we go back, there was the Scepter of Sargeras that Ner'zhul used. Its energies were so volatile that it was capable of blowing up a fucking planet, and it created Outland. So if I can get that as a warlock, and I can somehow get to the Legion homeworld of Argus, I just need to open a ton of I don't even need to beat the Legion. I just need to open a billion portals and blow up their planet with their own weapon, right? And so that was my, like, before Legion was even a twinkle in our eyes, that was like a lore that my character was building up to. And then Legion happened, and A, you get the Scepter of Sargeras, and B, you go to Argus. Now, I didn't blow up the planet, so that didn't come to fruition. But the whole time I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. I love everything they're doing.
Though this wild boar meat is tough. Hear you.
See you later.
All right. What's next? We're going to talk to Billy. Billy boy. When we have some stuff to turn in town. Yeah, that's one of those ones that probably could have been its own expansion. If they only, when you look at it, they kind of only really had Draenei lore to talk about when you get to Argus, the history and lore of the Draenei. And then in the like knowledge books, they talk a little bit about how like the Eridar, the Draenei, I guess they're all technically Eridar and Draenei is exiled ones. So it talks about how the Eridar actually kind of aren't all great people, and they were the ones dabbling in demon shit and like muddying the water of all that who did it first lore from back in the day. And that was all super interesting, that there would be different like factions and cultures of Eridar that these lore books with the artifacts were telling me about, but we didn't necessarily see a whole lot of when we actually interacted with the game. I think if they expounded upon that and like gave us, you know, at least more of a world's worth of content, that it would be an amazing expansion location. But they kind of dumbed it all down to like Legion Eridar versus Lightforged in 3 somewhat close locations, and that's fine. But yeah, I think it could have been a bit more. And at the time, I was like, I didn't really know. It's like, wow, wow, Warcraft, why are you rushing towards your, like, some sort of ending here? What are you racing towards of, like, trying to get this content out of the way? I didn't really understand. And kind of the same thing with Nyalotha, too, where writers, I was wondering, like, are you guys just, like after decades of dealing with this, are you kind of sick of, like, baiting out old gods and Legion stuff and all that, and you're just like racing through these locations? I didn't know why. And, you know, maybe we'll see if there's more Legion lore to come or Sargeras lore or whatever when we get to, like, Last Titan 2 expansions from now. But it kind of felt like they just took everything they had and blew their wad all at once. And I was like, all right, it's great. I'm having fun, but what's going to be left after this? And I think we kind of are seeing a little bit. I like Dragonflight. I'm having fun, but I think we're seeing a little bit of that where they're just kind of like making stuff up now because they rammed through everything else. So, yeah. Rule 34 on the Draenei. Again, I can't confirm or deny or provide any additional commentary on the stream, and I'm going to leave that in the chat for you. But we respect everyone's interests and orientations here on this stream. If Draenei are your thing, well, that's great. I think there's like at least he's not a furry joke in there somewhere, but they're goats, so it kind of counts. I don't know. My wife actually, when she's not a big WoW person, but she played Classic with me in the Classic TBC timeline, and we kind of just resolved it's like, you know, this is fun, but Wrath is even a little bit more fun. Just how they update the talents and spruce up a little bit of the combat in Wrath. I was like, you know, I think you'd like Wrath more. So we played to like level 30 something ish until kind of when like quests dry up a little bit. But she played a Draenei in that, and she also played a Qunari, I think they are, in Dragon Age, and then in Baldur's Gate 3 she is a tiefling. So she's got something for like colorful horned women. She's drawn to the horny women when she rolls her characters. Definitely. Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
This is
I'll
bad
say.
news.
No,
What's
no,
next,
you're
Dragons?
you're
We'll
right
have to
in.
increase our patrols near that mine. Thanks for your efforts,
The-
adventurer.
you know, the
and hold a moment.
The
I might have
tiefling,
another task for you.
the tiefling lore of how they're like demons from hell. At least their visuals, and they're like, no, we're actually normal, real people. It's okay. But they literally come from like a hell realm. I'll say that, you know,
Thanks to you, we
I
know
s-
the Fargo.
I see the
Bless you.
I see the connection between my wife and the demon woman. Just a little bit. Maybe, you know, I started playing Warcraft before I met my wife. Maybe in my own little way, I summoned my own succubus into my life, and I'm dealing with it. So
What can I do for you? See you
I
around?
finished
My
Act
heart goes out
1.
to those two poor. I can make it.
Have a
Finished
good one.
Act 1 of Baldur's Gate 3. And I'm not a big D&D guy, so I don't know all the deep lore, but I've been picking up on some of it. Finished Act 1, and then I was like, well, because my wife played the, what is it, not the beta, early access, right? So she played what was available in early access, which I think was Act 1. And we're gonna get back into it here someday, and I will proceed to play the rest of the game soon. But I wanted to save it for being able to play with her. But yeah. She likes those devil women. And I mean, that honestly, that is the Draenei. Like, they aren't that anymore, But when WoW was first, the way Metzen adapted the Draenei lore with the Eredar lore and everything, there's space goats, but they're also kind of like, they're just a little, there's a little tinge of like they're devil people, right? Because if I go, now you can do the red Eredar skin and you do the horns and the hooves and everything, and it's like, there's just a little bit of demon in there. Well, tell you what, I spent so looking for that special someone. Yeah, it was for me. It was online dating, and I've dated a lot over the years, and it wasn't always via online dating. But it's really interesting. As soon as I started just like holding nothing back, like people would always tell you, like, don't talk about this on the first date. Don't do that. Don't do this. Here's my dating advice. Whatever. And my biggest success was when I just started being open and upfront and like fully 100% all of myself out in the open all the time. That's when I started having much more success with women than when I was listening to other people's advice or like dating tips or etiquette or whatever. It's funny because like in my head, I was like, "Oh, don't be a giant video game nerd on your first date with this girl." And she was kind of doing the same thing. She was like, "Hey, I don't think I like this guy. We're gonna go get coffee, whatever. I'm gonna not be a giant fucking nerd." And so we were both there kind of holding back, and we were talking about classical music, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I was listening to this piece that and not that the music itself was like classical, but like classically inspired music and compositions." And I was listening to this piece that just like brought me to tears, and she was like, "Oh, what was it from?" And I was like, Lords of Shadow 2. And she was like, I didn't realize it then, but then she told me later, she's like, "Oh yeah, that's when I knew, like, this guy is amazing because he talks, he can articulate why he loves what he loves and all that." So I'd say, you know, like online dating, it opens up the doors to like, there's someone as weird and wild as you are out there. You just got to keep plugging away at them. Just keep hitting the swipes. So yeah. But I think, so Fourth Pale Rider, love the name, by the way. It's been great having you here and chatting about WoW. You seem to know your WoW stuff, and I like that. Sometimes I do streams and it's like dead silence, and I try and talk about what I'm doing, but it's good to have someone to shoot off of. But we're getting to a little bit late here where I am, and also the pacing of some of the quests here, where I'm just sitting and waiting for moms to show up, can be a little bit annoying for me. Oh, what is the one? Oh, yeah. Wow. That's the one thing you do know shit about. Hey, both of us. I'm a repository of useless WoW facts. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it just because there's a lot more like waiting on shit to do than I typically would like. And I'll probably try this again this weekend. It's probably going to be more busy, but at least on the weekend I can stay up till like 2, where maybe people are logging out or whatever. Yeah, so we'll see. I have yet to do anything explicitly new in Season of Discovery, but there are a shitload of people playing. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, and anybody else who dropped in, thanks for checking out the stream. I will be playing this on a regular basis. I plan on getting to 25 and doing Black Fathom. So we'll see you around. Have a good one.